hello, new video from Ecuador in America. Today I'm here to talk about the Squadron Leader, and in particular a comparison with the Squadron Leader with Perique. As you may know, the Squadron Leader is probably what Samuel Gawith says is the best-selling mixture in their catalog, and it is a mild to full English mixture. So it's pretty straightforward: Virginia, Turkish, and Latakia. And this one is an addition of Perique, but this is a limited edition. Together with Smoking Pipes that just released a couple of months ago, 4,500 tins on their website. The good thing is that the interesting thing to talk about is that this one seems to be the original recipe of the Squadron Leader. That when it was launched in 1925 and 1930s, it actually featured the Perique. Later, it became too expensive, too rare to be sourced, and therefore they decided to remove it from the mixture. And this is the Squadron Leader that we have today. So it's definitely interesting to compare these two tobaccos to really understand if the Perique makes any difference and what it is, this difference, and if it is something that you can actually notice. The reason why I came here today is because exactly at where you can see behind me is where in 1956 a guy named Thomas Fitzpatrick landed with his plane in the middle of the street, exactly more or less where this black car is. He was, of course, intoxicated. He was betting at a nearby bar that he could come back from New Jersey to here in 15 minutes. So he just went to Teterboro Airport, stole a plane, flew without lights or radio, and landed and parked here just in front of the bar, winning his bet. So it's pretty crazy, but I think it makes sense when we're talking about tobacco that was made as an homage to the heroes of World War I that were flying with this beautiful Gloster Gladiator biplane. So, of course, it's a different kind of heroic adventure, let's say, but nonetheless, it was interesting being that we are in New York. So, and actually, Thomas Fitzpatrick did the same thing 2 years later, nearby, not here, this is 191st on 187th Street. So it was fun, but a bit different, right? Anyway, now we're gonna open this tin and we'll see if we can already spot some difference in the color of the tobacco, and then I will smoke it for a couple of weeks, so I will show you something else next week. So let's see. So here we are. I just unlocked these things for the Italian version of this video. I just showed this. This is a Squadron Leader, the classical version without Perique. And as you can see, it's a very light, bright tobacco. You can definitely spot that it's mostly Virginia and Turkish. Also, the way it smells is mostly, the classic Oriental smell with a definite sweet touch from the Virginias. So it's definitely a mild English mixture, pretty much a traditional English mixture. That means 20%, 20% Oriental, 10% Latakia, and 70% Virginia. That's the classical textbook recipe. Now, I'm not sure if this is the recipe in this case, but this is really how it looks like, because it's very bright Virginias, some Oriental, and some little, you can see something darker. That is definitely the Latakia. So very interesting, the smell is very inviting, and I can't wait to smoke it. If you look at this one, the special edition with Perique, you cannot definitely spot any difference in the way the tobacco looks. It's still very bright, it's still very a lot of Virginia, and the way it smells is again mostly of Oriental. But there is a little different touch in the sense that it's less sweet and more smoky. So definitely you can smell a difference. You can notice a difference when you smell those two, but you cannot spot it if you look at them. So now I'm very curious to understand if this difference is noticeable also when you smoke this mixture, or if it is just in mostly in the recipe or in the way it smells. For sure it will be different. Let's see how much it is. And that's it. I mean, I will be back with the review in a couple of weeks. Usually I take 1 week for one tobacco. This time I'm comparing two tobaccos, so I will take a little bit longer. Let me know anything about what is your experience with the Squadron Leader, what is your experience with these two tobaccos, what you like about it, and let's talk about it next time. See you next week with another review. Bye.